Let's begin with US, where delivering his most aggressive message to date on his battle with too high inflation, Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell said the Central Bank of US must move expeditiously to raise rates and possibly more aggressively to keep an upward price spiral from getting entrenched. While in remarks that sent financial markets in US scrambling to recalibrate for a higher probability of Fed lifting interest rates by half percentage point at one or more of its remaining meetings this year, Powell has signaled an urgency to central banks' inflation challenge that was less visible than just a week ago when Fed delivered its first rate hike in 3 years. US stocks fell and traders moved to price in a better than even chance of half-point interest rate increases at each of Fed's next 2 meetings in May and June. Powell repeated that Fed's reductions.
So guys, May and June, 50 basis point rate hikes expected. So crypto, extremely bullish, like I've been saying, up until May, which means sometime mid-April or later, it's going to be very bearish once we get towards that 50-point rate hike. So right now is why the last 4 days, I've made it imperative to be in a position 4 days ago and 3 days ago and 2 days ago before Bitcoin moved off of 41,800. Because it was imperative to get in at those levels so you can hold these retraces, because you don't want to be bullied out of this market right now. I can promise you that. You do not want to be bullied out, because this is the last chance we have at significant profit before we have about an 80% market correction, and there's no way of avoiding it now.
To massive balance.
I would say it's a 75% chance to go at least 60% correction from wherever we go market-wide, with Bitcoin leading the way. And then there's probably a 25% chance of at least an 80% correction. That's how severe it's going to be as these start going in.
Sheet could start by May this year. It's a process that could further tighten financial conditions. It's a consensus for more aggressive tightening, or at least an openness to it. It appears to be growing earlier. Speaking last week, Fed Governor Chris Waller said...
Oh, and I'm not going to use U.S. News Report for this. I got to use somebody who, that's not doing it for the agenda. So I wanted you guys to really hear what's going on. Look at this fine lady doing her work. Very happy. And see, she's being the best she can be at doing the carts. And there's nothing wrong with that. Right? Nice smile. Doesn't look like she's mad. She looks happy to be at work. That's the kind of lady I would like to approach while being in the grocery store. So commend her for being her best bud. She's living her best life. You can see it on her face.
To favor a series of half percentage point rate increases to have a quicker impact on inflation. Inflation by Fed's preferred gauge is 3 times central bank's 2% goal. It is pushed upwards by snarled supply chains that have taken longer to fix than most had expected, and it could get worse as China responds to new COVID surges with fresh lockdowns.
I wear glasses 'cause I'm so cool. I can predict the charts. Sunny days, here again. Sunny days, here again. Sunny days, here again. Sunny days. Join Tom's Army for $9.99 a month.
Good early mid-evening, everyone. 9:12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast in the United States of America. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan, where unfortunately my Wolverines were knocked out of the Sweet 16, but not without a fight. They just couldn't hit a shot, but that's okay. But that was a day or two ago. But I figured I would start that way. So, what do we have going on here? Well, what's going on here is I wanted you guys to hear Sunny Days in the beginning, and if you stay tuned until the end, you're going to get a live rendition for the first time in better than 2 months. Oh, yes. So I will be ending with Sunny Days. So for the oldies, and even the newcomers who have never seen it, you're going to want to be privy, because that was me indeed singing in the background. So, and I'm no artist, let me tell you. So Bitcoin, 44,666. We're still in this, I would consider more of a consolidation phase, because if I want it to break out like this so we don't have to do a further consolidation until a farther breakout, which I think is fully possible. If we don't break over here, obviously we could have some issues, and we might have to consolidate down a little bit farther. Until that happens, I'm not going to say it's going to, because I still think we can break out, start doing something like this, and then break out of here and then come topside. So that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping we don't have to come farther. But if we do, this is a strong support, and this is also acting as a strong support right now. Right? So that's what we're looking at with Bitcoin, with XRP. In the 30-minute, looks like we're starting a bull flag. So we could be starting something here with XRP. Let me get the volume and everything back on. I had a class that I was teaching, so whoops. So RSI, the volume, and the stochastic. So this is what we're looking at with XRP. We're on the support of this symmetrical triangle. It's like a symmetrical wedge. It's getting tighter as we go. But I'd say it's an uptrending support, slightly uptrending resistance that's tightening up. And right now we're bouncing off the support perfectly. That was the bearish scenario if we broke down. I didn't anticipate that, but that's what I showed the class just in case. But as we can see now, it started to break up. So we need to get to the top side of there. First things first, we need to complete this cup right here, and then we need to bounce up. We can even do this, bounce off of here, and then come up here and bounce off of that. So that's what we're looking to do. And we're trying to come all the way through here and create a bullish cup, like a bullish handle like that. So that's what we're looking at. We're running up. Weekly stochastic doesn't look bad. The daily is a little high, but as you know, as long as we're running up on these support lines, we can push off of these and make significant runs. So we're still within range to make a run. We've got AVE at 164.5. And we're basically just a couple days into this consolidation now. And we're just waiting for it to do it. It's the last day of this weekly candle. So right now, we're looking for a breakout out of this bull flag. It's that simple. So timed it pretty good. Not pretty good, really good. XLM, and then I gotta go, guys. Uptrend, I really do have to go. Uptrend. Till we break that uptrend, you wouldn't expect it to come down to the 19.8 or 206 line. So as long as you're on this aggressive uptrend, it's fine. You won't have to come to any further retracement very far, and you could pull off of this and then have the retracement farther up this line instead of actually going down. So that's what you're looking at in the immediate short term. Looks like we got a W reversal started. So it's looking pretty darn bullish. 19.7 could be a logical retrace point if it decides to try. So that's just something to be aware of. But I think it's looking pretty good, and I think the market's actually looking pretty decent here. XRP Future Millionaire. Make sure to hit the like button. Join Tom's Army, $9.99 a month, so you can get exclusive access to the classes. They're Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 8 to 9 p.m. and all they charge is $5.